how Kilkenny would like to turn the Rebels over this year. Will it happen? Derek Ling from Emeralds. Big one down into the corner there towards Aidan Fogarty. Goal to his credit in the Cheers Championship so far. Getting away from Pat Mulcahy, causing problems. Ronan Curran was there as well. Fogarty hitting, and Fogarty puts it over the bar. That's a great point, and that will do his confidence an awful lot of good. He'd scored a goal, but he hadn't scored a point in this year's championship to date. But that's now 3 points to 1 in this match, and only 6.5 minutes are gone. Good positive start by Kilkenny.
Yeah, I think Kilkenny would be delighted. A player like Jackie Hurl in the corner cleared a great ball a few minutes ago. Aidan Fogarty there in their first finals. They'd be delighted with the way things are going.
Donald Cusack from Cloyne trying to pick out a man, but they were anticipating that, Kilkenny. Eddie Brennan getting there first. Now Martin Comerford lobbing it into space. Keeper comes, nobody on him immediately. Closing down was Richie Power. They get it out to John Gardner from the Napier Club. Hand passed to the centre half back, Ronan Curran. Good ball, low and intelligently into Niall McCarthy. Needed 2 touches, having a go from distance. That's good, that's a beauty! It's been his Achilles heel in the past, that kind of distance shooting, when he's had a minute to think about it. He had a few seconds there, but he's made it 3 points to 2. That was a super shot. Once he got the ball up into his hands, nobody close enough to him. Good long-range shooting by the Carricktool player. 3-2. Great catch, Sean O'Halpine. There was a foul there. Some holding. Free to Cork. Lively start to this match. Ronan Curran ready to hit this one. Playing today in his 22nd championship match. Again, well directed. Kilkenny slow off the blocks. Niall McCarthy getting away again. Slipping on the ground, comes back towards Ben O'Connor. The angle shot from the man who got 1-7 in last year's final. That's his first of the day here, and the match level, 3 points apiece. Well, that was the result of a very precise ball played out of defence there by Ronan Curran, straight to Niall McCarthy. Kilkenny slow off the blocks to pick him down initially, and when it was flicked out to Ben O'Connor, the finish was superb. Cork's back's under pressure again. Curran holding on to it. Gardner. They're certainly going to test that triumvirate there of Gardner, Curran and O'Halpine, the most celebrated half-back line in the game right now. If they can break that, they will know that they can upset John Allen's rhythm, his team's stronghold there at the back. That plus the 2 men in midfield.
Yeah, great catch by Ronan Curran there, Dodger, over Martin Comfort, who's rarely beaten in the air, and that'll do his confidence the world of good. Niall McCarthy already dragging John Tennyson out of the centre. There would be question marks over Tennyson's pace, and McCarthy is stretching him, left and right there since the game started.
Just down here in the corner, we see one of the Kilkenny players. It seems to be Owen Larkin, who is adjusting the boots. I noticed 2 of the Kilkenny players about 5 minutes before the president came out. They were running off the field. They were Noel Hickey and James Ryle. I thought it might be a toilet break, but then the thought into my head as well, perhaps they wanted to change their boots.
Oh, the grass is very thick down there, depending, it might be drying out now as well, and we don't know, but it doesn't look to be ideal.
Jackie Turrell held on to again there by Martin Comerford. Into the corner here. Always danger about when Eddie Brennan's in the action, and he's left it behind there to Sean O'Halpine. It's Eddie Brennan's 3rd time facing Cork in a final. Back into the action again came Tommy Walsh across from left half back. The puck out's taken very quickly as Tommy gets away, and the referee has stopped the Cork goalkeeper, and that's the first time in the match he has stopped him from taking the puck out too quickly. That's interesting. It's been mentioned in dispatches in the build-up to this final. He has heeded some advice he's been getting, I think, in the media.
I don't know if the players or GA listen to the media.
Donal Ogues, puck out. Great catch again by Niall McCarthy. He's turned it on with 3 superb interventions so far. Back to Dean, over his left shoulder, swinging it inside and swinging it over the bar. And Joe Dean has got a second, and Cork, the champions, lead by 4 points to 3, leading for the first time in the match.
Jerry, everything is going through Niall McCarthy. Not the best pass, but look at this for a score in an Ireland final. First touch of the game and a brilliant score from 45-50 yards out.
I was mentioning earlier that John Tennyson would seem to have solved the problem of centre half back. He's going to have his problems with McCarthy if he continues in that kind of form this afternoon.
Yeah, he's had one of those days, reminiscent of maybe 2004.
This is Martin Comerford. He's troubled Cork in the past as well. Takes too many steps this time, and it's a free out for Cork. Remember the goal and 4 points that he got in the 2003 final.
Yeah, I thought he was held back maybe there, when he was in possession. It looked like a free in to me, first of all, but great tackling there by Sean Og earlier, and Kern.
Let's see it again here.
Comfort onto the ball here. I just thought when Ronan Kern came in here, he might have just held him up there with his left arm. I think he did just stall him, but very little in it.
Could well have been a case for that. Jim O'Sullivan. Huge one down to the corner. Michael Cavan under pressure in there. John Tennyson, the Carrickshook player. Under O'Halpine once again, helped out here by Ronan Curran. Played back over the line ball to Kilkenny.
Great start, Jerry. I expected, a very physical start to this game, but there hasn't been any of it because it's just been too fast. The ball has been flying from end to end. 7 scores already, and great start to the game. I just noticed too, Jared, that since the game started, Cathal Naughton has been warming up intensively on the sideline down in the corner there, just under the Nally stand, but he's been really for the last 5 minutes, and it looks like, the way he is warming up, it looks like he's planning to be introduced.
I'm one of those guys who can remember a final back in the last decade when a certain player warmed up for the entire match, and I don't think he ever got on. It is one of my colleagues as well. There's one of the Kilkenny players who is just preparing in case he should be required. Austin Murphy. Line ball to Cork. Sean O'Halpine makes a very good contact that time. That's Tommy Walsh, lovely tidy player. Out into the centre to Derek Ling, who will battle and have to battle against Tom Kenny. Two great runners. Curran is mopping up everything at centre half back so far. Down towards Ben O'Connor. This time Jackie Tyrrell stepping away from trouble. Again trying to place the ball precisely. It's not as accurate as he would have liked. It's to Sean O'Halpine instead. He's left it behind. Owen Larkin coming onto it, running into traffic. Larkin looking for an outside player to take it away from him. That player is Aidan Fogarty. His jersey was pulled back that time by Jerry O'Connor, and it's going to be a free into Kilkenny and a chance to level it once again. They'll entrust this one once more to Henry Shefflin. Why not? He's 2 from 2 so far.
That's very un-Cork-like, though, silly, stupid free like that, just a small tug of the jersey when you're definitely going to be pulled for it. It's a little bit lazy, and that's 3 fairly soft frees that Cork have given away since the start of the game.
And a ticking for Jerry O'Connor there. Henry Shefflin from 30 metres out, straight over the bar. Free for Henry Shefflin, all of them coming from frees, and it's 4 points apiece. Well, if there were a transfer market in hurling, Henry Shefflin, I think, would be top of most teams' list.
Jared, the tactics around the puck out are amazing. Both Cork midfielders are right out on the wings, and Derek Ling, and especially Derek Ling, is staying back beside his half-back line. He's not following them. So it's intriguing with Cusack trying to pick out the short one because he has to.
Great pressure by Kilkenny being exerted this time. Comes up here, and that's swung beautifully over the bar by Henry Shefflin. He's got a 4th. First from play, and he eases Kilkenny into the lead by 5 points to 4, and that came from the Cork puck out.
It is the
and
puck
the
out.
Pressure exerted.
Yeah, if you can look out the field, Derek Ling is standing way back in front of his own half-back line, and Tom Kenny is trying to drift away, but he's been picked up by Owen Larkin, so Cusack has very little to look at it except go along.
Against that, the first 3 Kilkenny puck outs were all won by the Cork half-back line. It's fascinating. Line ball again. There'll be lots and lots of twists and turns in this match, I feel. Long way to go.
Yeah, and you have to hold your nerve in these situations. Kilkenny have laid out their tactic, Cork have theirs, and you have to stick to your guns. It's early in the game, and it'll be won in the last 15 minutes, not in the first.
2 terrific men leading the teams, Brian Cody and John Allen. Tommy Welsh ready to hit this ball that we're getting a close-up of. Again, a great connection here, broken down by Henry Shefflin, but anticipating is Ronan Curran, the bars man. cut out by James Shaw Fitzpatrick, and Shaw ahead once again here to Martin Comerford, blocked down this time by Jerry O'Connor. O'Connor trying to get more into the game, out as far as Ronan Curran. Decent ball over here towards Timmy McCarthy, hasn't been involved so much in the opening 16 minutes. A little hand pass ahead is too far almost for Niall McCarthy, but somehow it's still in play, and Michael Cavan is able to go back and pick it up there for Kilkenny, supported here by James Wilder, right half back, running into heavy play once again, and the referee saw a clash. It looked a 50-50 situation, but the referee Barry Kelly signals that it's going to be a free out to Kilkenny.
They took a huge amount of steps anyway, Gerard. I think it must have taken 9 or 10 steps before there was definitely a foul there, okay, at the end, but it seemed to be after that when he...
Well, the whistle did finally blow, and it was a free out at the end of all of that. As you say, he could easily be caught for steps that time.
Yeah, I would have balanced out the one earlier maybe with Martin Comerford.
No doubt. So the man who will take this free from just outside his own 45 metres line is Shaw Fitzpatrick, still under 21. He'll be playing in the under 21 final next Sunday here in Croke Park against Tipperary. Lobbing it ahead here towards Eddie Brennan, who hasn't such a good record in finals against Cork. Martin Comerford has, and Martin Comerford fires it over the bar. Great score by Comerford, power-packed play, enjoyed by the Kilkenny fans in the crowd, and Kilkenny lead by 2. This is Comerford coming on here, getting away from Sean O'Halpine, doing really well. Came off a post and went over. Again, it's broken down here by Jackie Tyrrell. Everybody converging on him, and it's Brian Corcoran swinging it into space here. Going back to pick it up. John Tennyson. Great ball to Shaw Fitzpatrick. Kilkenny now picking out their players a little better. They had a rocky spell for about 10 minutes. Decent ball ahead here, up towards Henry Shefflin against a couple of Cork backs. Brian Murphy getting there first, held as he was coming out. Kilkenny fans thought he was probably charging with the ball, but the referee saw otherwise, and it's a free to Cork.
I noticed early on Kilkenny tackling very, very hard. You know, there's not a lot wrong with that. You know, if that was down the other end, or if a forward had that ball, would he got a free in? I doubt it. You know, a lot of the time when backs get the ball in possession, to get frees out, which is, you know, that's as an ex-forward now saying that. So
backs are softies. Yeah. David O'Sullivan, huge one down.
That's no softie.
Brian Corcoran challenged really well that time. Excellent little touch there by Tommy Welsh. Lovely little touch in to upset and unsettle Brian Corcoran. And at the other end, it's Kilkenny who may profit from all of that. Henry Shefflin getting away from Jerry O'Connor. Little block on it. O'Sullivan's out to tussle there with Martin Comerford. Other bodies coming in to try and help out. One of them is Owen Larkin. The referee having to intervene. Hots up quite considerably, and the referee there just separating John Gardner from Martin Comerford. Referee got to throw the ball in at the end of it all. It comes to Ronan Curran, still on the sideline. It's hectic, very little space available. Well, you've seen it in football with the swarm defences, and that final shot leaving an awful lot to be desired on the part of Martin Comerford. And the minute he hit it, he just looked away in disgust. It's Kilkenny's second wide. Cork going short again. This time it's Pat Mulcahy who allows it, because he was perfectly entitled to allow it. Down as far as Timmy McCarthy, prepared to run at Kilkenny's defence, but is some distance out. He's already handled it a couple of times. Needs to get rid of it. He runs once again into strong challenges. Not much flow or fluency. Bit of a dogfight in there. In the end, it's taken out by Owen Larkin. Supported over here by Henry Shefflin. Trying to be the centre half forward that Kilkenny have been looking for. But you need Henry Shefflin probably in a number of different places on the field. Brian Murphy with a lovely take up this time. Comes out to Jerry O'Connor. Long ball down into the corner towards Brian Corcoran. Getting there ahead of Noel Hickey. Right on the sideline. And the minute he gets it, not just Hickey, but Tommy Walsh in there as well. And it's carried out over the sideline. Brian Corcoran is incensed. But the linesman down there, who was Sean McMahon from Newmarket in Ferguson, County Clare, he has signalled that it's going to be a Kilkenny ball at the end of all of that, carried out by Brian Corcoran.
Jared, the attitude of Kilkenny players is absolutely first class. You know, their determination is shown through, and if you were to call it now just based on the determination, like, there's no nonsense about Kilkenny, whereas Cork are